It wasn't particularly pretty tonight, but we found a way again. Mike Carvel was very good again. I didn't like the first period. We gave up a lot of odd man rushes. Didn't want to shoot the puck. We didn't have many shots through halfway through the game, but we take 3 penalties in the third period, which is tough to do against a high-skilled team. Give the kids a ton of credit. Played gutsy game. BC scores, and we come right back. And Owen Murray really shining as a captain and as a senior. I'd say the same for Lucas Olvestad. Say the same for Cam O'Neill. I think those three guys tonight really showed their heart and soul and what it means to play for our program. Very, very proud of our group. It's our 20th win. It's tough. That's a real standard in this level. To win 20 games in a season is that's our standard as a team, and it's tough to do. And proud of the guys. So we've secured home ice in the first round, a bye, I guess, in the first round, and very happy with this group. Again, it was far from our best game, but to beat good teams and not have our best game is a good sign for me.
What do you attribute the first period to? Do you think that's just nerves, or?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the players. We were very timid to start the game. Played into their hands. They do a really good job jumping up the ice. You know, we give up 4 or 5 odd man rushes in the first period. When that was, you may not believe me, but it was probably the biggest part of our game plan was to prevent them from doing that, and they just did it. I don't know. You'll have to ask the players when they come in here. I mean, especially after the UConn game here where we didn't play well, I thought we'd come out with a little more focus, a little more intensity. But I think what we're doing extremely well is, other than the odd man rushes, is I thought we take care of the front of the net really well. And I think Mike is playing particularly well because the games, we're being predictable in front of him. Other than the odd man rushes, I think we're very predictable, and he knows where shots are going to come from, and he just keeps building confidence game after game.
Crowd was loud again tonight. What do these fans mean to you and your players?
It's awesome. It's we really appreciate it. I know at UMass there's, you know, it's a good sized school, so we'd like to have fans at every game and thousands of fans, and you know we just beat UConn and we just beat BC, and we send the students home happy, and that's what you got to do to get them to come out, and you got to play hard, and I hope the student body recognizes how hard our kids play, how committed, sacrificed they are, selfless they are. But it's fun. It's such a fun building when the building's full. It's such a great atmosphere. We really appreciate the support.
Owen Murray goes from an electric goal there, and then takes a penalty a little later. Those kind of emotions just go back and forth. But what does that say about him, just to be able to lock in defensively at the very end there, get it done?
Yeah, he's a gamer. He gives you all he has, and it's not easy to be 5'9" and play defense. He plays big for not a big guy. It's not easy, and I don't know if he's coming in here, but his freshman year, I didn't think he'd be here his sophomore year, but he showed us his heart and his grit and his true character, and we said we can't let this kid go, and he's been awesome since then.
Do you feel like the penalty kill got better as the game went on?
Yeah, I mean, the goal they scored is kind of a bit fluky. We gave them, it was Hagen's, right, scored. You give their best player that much space in the slot. You know, Mike basically had it. But yeah, the penalty kill, the last 2 kills was really impressive. We won battles. We got pucks down the ice. Smart play by Moose to rag it and pull it back down, kill good 30 seconds. Yeah, so kill was outstanding tonight.
Second goal came just after their first goal. How important is it to have that quick response?
Very. Yeah, that's what you want to do. I mean, we did it against UConn, right? They scored. We came right back, scored again. I think we've done that a couple times here in the second half. there's a lot of things going the right way for us. The fact that we can, come back and score that quickly. As a coach, when you see that happening multiple times, you know there's something special going on. You can't really put your finger on it, but the group, I think that was the biggest thing. When we went home for Christmas, the 2 games we played at Northeastern before those 2 games, I don't know if this team believed in itself. And we did things in that weekend. We lost in overtime the first night, then we get shut up, win the second night. And when they went home at Christmas, the message I gave them is, you guys have a reason to believe. Here's what we need to do. If we can just tighten these things up, I think, and I told them, like, this is the line between winning and losing. We're just under it. Let's just get over it. And I think that's where we've basically been. Like, we're not blowing anybody out, but we've made that little commitment to playing better defense. And of course, Mike has been outstanding. But I think this group believes in itself.
Coach, we know what your standard is, and it's been like that for quite a while now, but you get a little amped up this time of year, March comes rolling around, get fired up to get to the arena.
Do I get fired up to get to the rink?
You get really excited when you hit that 20-win mark. You feel like things are getting closer.
I get asked that question different ways. Like, do we prepare differently? Because no, we prepare the same as game 1 as we do game 33. Do I get more excited? I get excited when I can smell spring coming, and days get warmer. And other than it snowed so much this year, it's that time of year, and I love it. It's to me the best time of the year. But I think I'm pretty consistent with what I bring to the rink every day. Pretty consistent with the standard that I carry as the coach.
I think it's the 6th straight home game where the team has taken points and hasn't lost. I feel like your better teams over the years have done well at home. Is that kind of important?
6 games in a row. That what happened? We've won.
You've won or haven't lost?
We haven't lost in 6 games in a row at home.
Yeah. Just, I feel like your better teams here, or in your time here, have done well at home. Is that kind of an important?
I don't know if there's a team that's done better than this team's done on the road this year. I think we've beaten almost every team in the league on the road. No, obviously there's 1 or 2 that we haven't, but I think our road record is what I'm really. And early in my time here, our home record was really strong. I think probably when you were working as a student, Ryan. And we haven't been as dominant in the past couple of years at home. We've actually become, to me, a better road team than a home team. But the stretch here, this second half, there's been a lot of good things, home and away.
Coach Brown said you guys are really playing to your identity tonight more than the first 2 meetings against them. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, we played them early, right? Early November. We didn't have Michael. We were young, 11 new players. I say this all the time. It takes time. It takes time to play to an identity. If your identity is what ours is, not many kids come here ready for that. They have to practice it every day for months. And then you see kids like Kerr, what he's become. He probably didn't even dress the first couple of games. Now he's our second line center, and he plays to our identity. Plays a big, heavy game. To me, it's the most important thing as a team is to have an identity that everybody believes in. If I have half the team wants to play one way and half plays the other way, you're gonna have trouble. When I can get 20 guys to play a hard hockey and a goaltender behind it, it's what like Greg said, that's been our identity forever, and we live and die with that identity.
Talked about Van Tassel, the center position towards the end of the UConn game last week. How do you think he played today at that center position from the start?
Center, he's big. He can win faceoffs, and it's not where he should be. He's the winger, but we're missing. We're light there, and without Bo Kosman and Mellenbacher's a little banged up, so he couldn't take faceoff. So we had to adjust that way, but. I thought he did a good job tonight. Yep.
Obviously, a goal and +2 he finishes this game. How have you seen him battle this?
I think in the second half, he's been you can talk about Mike Carvel. I think there's a handful of guys that you can really point to that racer game. Olvestead has been outstanding. Larry Keenan's been outstanding. And I think O'Neill, maybe, Moose is Moose, and he's gonna be your, best player. He's our best player, but you need kind of that next level of guys to step forward. Kerr's been really important. Kletchka's been really important. And O'Neill's been really important. Even Cam Dunn's done more for us. And there's a lot of kids, but I think O'Neill is particularly, like, he's a warrior, and he finds ways. And there's not a lot of kids that find ways to be more than what they actually are. Like, Neil doesn't get around the ice particularly well, but when it's time to battle for a puck, he finds a way, and he's good around the net. And that was a nice shot for the goal he scored.
Coach, you talked about giving up the goal to James. What makes him such a good elite player?
Say that again?
You talked about giving up the goal to James Higgins. What makes him an elite player in your
Hagen?
eyes?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to comment on other players. He's one of their players. I know he's first rounder. He's a ton of points. Skates really well. Smart, skilled. I don't know his game particularly well.
Anything more for Coach? Thank you.